Okay, so here we go. This is a quick test of a live stream with pure action cameras. So if you're joining this stream, I've basically set up a quick session to see how action cameras will perform and how we can use them. So how I use them in my workflow. So this is the test stream and I'm going to be making a few videos and I want you to join me on this journey. So what I'm going to do is create about 4 videos. I normally just record the video straight into OBS as one take, and that allows my stream to basically work. So live chat is going to be enabled, so if you pop in throughout this, do say hello, and if you have any questions about live streaming, let me know. I can answer those questions. But the main goal of this is to show you how easy it can be to use action cameras to make videos. So I'm going to go into it because I know it can take some time for the notification to go out for the live session. So I'll make a couple of videos right now and record them, and then we can see which direction it goes in, because I have had a lot of questions about live streaming and camera usage. So let me give you a quick update on what I'm using right now. So let's start the official video. This is how I would normally do it. So I'll click record in OBS and then I'll start talking, and that will record my session. So if I go to how I use action cameras to record YouTube videos, that's going to be the first title. It might take a few takes, so you'll see exactly as it happens. How I use action cameras to record YouTube videos. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to set up the cameras and why it can be a lot easier than making manual videos and using memory cards, for example. So in this session, I've got one action camera right now, which I've nicely labeled on my live stream. I am currently live streaming this session at the same time. It's an Apeman A87 action camera, which is an extremely wide view. So I'm not used to having such a wide view, but if you're showing something, it's a good example. And then if I go to my keys, I'll press F2 on my keyboard, which I'm using basically as transferring kind of thing between cameras. So here I have 2 cameras which I did not use right now, and action cameras can be great, but you do need to use the right type. The Vibe that you're seeing right now on this angle up here is actually a 720p camera. You plug it in via USB and it allows you to use it as an action camera. So what that means is some action cameras need to be confirmed on the back of the screen to say they work or they don't work, so you have to actually physically select the menu. I did not end up using the Apeman A77. If you want to know why I'm not using this, check my last video that I released showing this as a webcam. It basically had an orange tinge on it, which I didn't like, so I've discounted that camera as a webcam right now. It's the cheapest one they do. It's the budget camera, the A77. But the main purpose of this video is going to be how I use action cameras to record YouTube videos. So you can see right now here, this is an action camera. So if I was presenting to camera, that'll be a wide view. I've got my microphone set up and I can record this video as one take. You want a natural flow. So I normally have a few, you might be able to see on this screen here. On the left hand side here, you can actually see that I've got a few bullet points that I'm going to cover. So the flow, the video quality, the different angles, clamps and recording. So when you're making videos, you can actually use your keyboard with a program such as Open Broadcast Studio. I keep calling it Studio, but it's software, I think it stands for. And right now this camera is actually an Apeman A100 HDMI out camera. So it's not being used by a USB, it's actually going out via the HDMI and then plugged in over here in my USB hub. So that gives you an idea of the type of quality from a HDMI out to a normal action camera. The normal action camera is actually quite bright, because if you notice now, see that's like very bright. I've got one light behind me, which I normally have, and then I've got one light on top just here, which you should see in this shot just further up there, kind of. I'm not going to adjust you, but yeah. So that allows you easy use of your cameras that you've already got. If you don't have cameras already, especially action cameras, if you were to pick up a few, you can use 2. So if I show you one, if I was speaking about my action camera here and I was going to say, okay, so this is an action camera, I can actually switch and say this action camera, the SD card is used as so, and it inserts in, and you'll see as I'm recording the video, I can, once I get that in, just use my finger there and do a switch off screen. So this is a live stream, so you can see I'm doing that on the on the fly. Yeah, on the fly. So that allows you to have 2 cameras. If you have 3 cameras, it's even better because you can do something like this where you can show the side view. So top view, front view, side view. And if you get really fancy, you can put a screenshot up and show comments and have another camera set up. So the camera I'm pointing to now is a camcorder. So that allows you to use it in different ways. So that is the first video that I'm recording for the channel as part of the live stream. I am also live streaming this. So what you can do is if you click on, well, once I've recorded this video, you'll probably see this video I've just recorded 3 months down the line. So if I stop recording on OBS, that was like a 4-minute video. I basically like to get to the point and let you know what the video is about. So that video I've just recorded live was how I use action cameras to record YouTube videos. So that would be the title of the video. I recorded the video in OBS, but you noticed while I was recording, I'm actually live streaming the session at the same time. So I made it a multi-purpose kind of stream there. So everything's been recorded as one take. That video is ready to upload. If I show you the video with my fancy screen share, that's YouTube, which you don't want to see. But if I open this here now, you'll see in my folder here, that video I just recorded, it's come up here. It's 612 megabytes. I'll retitle that just so I can show you the whole thing, how I'm using action cameras to make videos. I'll right click on that. I'll say rename. I'll put a name in there, and that is ready to go to YouTube. So how I use action cameras to record YouTube videos. That's my first video. So while I've been live streaming, I've basically made another video for my channel, which I will schedule, and it'll go out probably late December now, because I've got stuff going out every single day for like 2 months solid. And that's because when I sit down and do a recording session, I can record 5 or 6 videos in like an hour. So if I make this live stream, it'll show you how I'm doing that. So I've shown you the first bit of it. That is basically the video made. So if I move that back over to the side, I know my first video has been made, and I can take that off my list. And then the second video is action camera as webcam for live streaming. So I'm basically going to talk, let me bring you back to the right screen. So here I'll go back to the starting screen, but I'm still streaming at the same time as making that video. Also, if you drop in chat and you have any questions about live streaming or your cameras, or if you have any difficulty, drop it in chat and I'll check your comments, because I am actually live streaming. Let me say hello in chat so you know I am here. Hi guys, drop your questions if you need any help there. So you should have seen that pop up in the live chat. That just confirms that I'm live streaming. All I've done is put up a few overlays, so you'll see there that's what it would have looked like. Because I'm using OBS, I've added a few like little pop-ups. It looks like a news broadcast, doesn't it? But that lets you know how that would work. So 1 video done, we're doing good. How long have I been streaming? I've been streaming for 8 minutes. So within 8 minutes I've made a 4-minute video, and then I spent 4 minutes explaining it to you. So now I'll have a little break, and now I'm ready to record my next video. So my next video is action camera as webcam for live streaming. So how that would work is on my software, I'm going to start making that video now. So if you're dropping into live stream, hello guys, welcome to the channel. I'm basically going through an actual workflow of how you can use your action camera to make a video. So let me start recording the video. While I'm recording the video, I'm going to act as if it's a video for YouTube as opposed to a live stream. So I probably won't interact with you if you're in chat, but once I finish that video, it'll be about 4 or 5 minutes. I'll come back to chat and check your questions. Action camera as webcam for live streaming. Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to use your action camera for live streaming. So action cameras can be used for live streaming. I've done a number of videos on my channel to explain how you can use an action camera for live streaming. There's 2 main ways of doing it. You can use a USB cable plugged into your action camera. So for example, if I was going to show you that this is a camera, I would plug in my micro USB, which I can pull out here. So let's do that on the fly, as it were. So here I have a micro USB cable. I would plug that into my camera, and that would allow me to make my action camera if I plug it in the right way. And again, what you're viewing this on is actually an action camera as well. So if I go to the front view, I'm recording all these few videos, series, that's not a word, is it? I'm recording this series all on action cameras only. So this is an action camera, this is an action camera, and that is an action camera, but that action camera is an HDMI out, which is slightly different. However, this normal USB can be plugged into your computer, which then allows you to use the action camera as a webcam, and that webcam can be viewed in a stream. So if you're using like a program, normally I'll do it on Teams or Zoom, or even OBS can be used. So that allows you to make that camera into a webcam. What that allows you to do is, if you already have an action camera, it's very easy. You can see just about here, it's kind of out of shot, so it's like not intrusive. They're very small, and they allow you to be making multiple little angles. So now in that example, you'll see I can do 1, 2, and then I've got my third, and that all brings it to an easier workflow, basically, to improve how you're making live streaming. The colors are not excellent. If you're used to seeing my videos, I use a DSLR and a camcorder, which would be probably more like this type of quality here. So that is the yeah, it's a camcorder via HDMI. I normally have a DSLR, but I'm trying to purposely make a few videos just with action cameras so you can see what that content would look like, and if it helps you, because in the past I've done a few of these, and let me show you one of them. Actually, I could probably bring up the sample footage, which will be this one here. So I'll show you a screen grab right now of the video. So if I go to the video there, that should allow me to play the video. So it gives you an idea of what the video looks. Oh, that's cool. Also remember to turn your mics down. Made that small, I accidentally made that full screen. So if I go to cinema mode is what I'm after. Skip ads, I don't want to see my own ads. So you'll see there, that was really old mic, but that was an action camera. And you'll see that's a similar video I made a while ago, which explains how to do that. So 3 angles. Oh my, let me get my camcorder. Okay, so there you can see that's an old video. I might link you to that video to explain how that works and if it helps you. But you can see, based on the old videos, that is something that can be done. So I'm going to share that with you in the description so you can find that video easily. But that was another look at another video. I'll link you to a playlist here which actually you can check out about live streaming and how to use different cameras to get live streaming. So I'll see you on one of those videos. Okay, so there now you saw me make another video live. I recorded that in OBS and it actually went out as a file which is ready to be used as an upload. So let me get that title and do the same thing again, which you would like to see the workflow. So if I show you the video as it recorded, if I go to the screen there, and you can see there's that next video that just got recorded. So now all I'll do is give it the title. So this lets you know how I am using the video in my workflow. Rename. So that is another video that will be ready to go out if I put it on YouTube and create it as if I do it as a scheduled upload. So about 2 months down the line you'll see that video come up. So that's giving you an idea of how easy it can be to use your camera to live stream. So it's not that difficult. Let me bring up a few more. Screens so you can see how I'm doing this. Because then in OBS it's fairly straightforward to set up, but if you haven't used it before, it can be a tricky one. So that was 2 videos that we've streamed: how to use action cameras in your videos, multiple action cameras for easy YouTube videos. Okay, so we can do that one. So it's basically around action cameras and how you can easily use them, how it makes it easier. So these topics seem very similar, but I'm making them in different sections. So what will happen is I'll have one video go out 1 week and another video another week, but then because people ask different questions, I'm basically answering questions from the comments, which I'll also come on to later because people have asked questions. So if I do another quick one about multiple action cameras for easy YouTube videos. So would that be, I think I'm ready for that. Let me make that as another one. If you're in chat, let me know, drop a comment. Ape Man Apeman A87 action camera right there. Multiple action cameras for easy YouTube videos. You ready? I'm gonna record another one. Okay, multiple action cameras for easy YouTube videos. Multiple action cameras for easy YouTube videos. What will that mean? That means you can have lots of cameras while you're recording to make your video stand out from everybody else's and make it look interesting and show examples. So why would I want multiple? Well, first thing, if you've got multiple DSLR cameras or expensive webcams, that is going to get tricky. You can easily spend £100 on a webcam. And if you have an action camera, you've got multiple uses there. You can use it in different scenarios. I've done a number of videos on my channel explaining why I use action cameras. I also did a video about why I stopped using action cameras, but that was because some of the action camera quality is not as good as other quality you can get. But I'm playing about with a few more cameras here which actually have HDMI out, so they give you a bit of a different view and different quality feel to them. You can see here this is a bit closer to me, but it gives you a wide view to see what's around. I'm actually live streaming this video at the same time as making it to allow you to see what exactly I'm talking about. So I'll link you in the description to a video of this live stream where you can see how I put this together and why I'm doing this in this way, because I think it's important for you to see the background of how this works so you can see, is this something right for you? Do you want to make it in the same way, or is there an alternative out there? So if you were going to use this, I'm using it in a piece of software which I'm allowed to use my keyboard shortcuts, and as I press the keys it goes to different screens, which means it will give you adaptability and easy switching and live recording, which lets you get your video out there quicker with what you want to get out. Some videos you might want to do a bit more editing and include more information, so that's something that you can do, but you can record that in the conventional way of using your DSLR camera, recording it, editing it and making it snappy. So that's a look at a quick recording session on an action camera here, which is an Apeman A87, which nicely says up here. The quality, let me touch on the quality. So it won't be excellent. You'll have light situations, you'll have dark situations. The angles are a bit funny because they're extremely wide. I'm not used to having extremely wide angles. I like to have tight crops so it kind of cuts down what you see. However, it can make it a little bit more interesting if you're using multiple cameras and making videos to teach something or explain something. So in this example, because I'm showing you about cables, I might do a close-up of a cable by going through to another screen and saying, actually that's what a USB cable looks like, this is why I would use it, and this is how long it is, because it's got a nice long, you've got a nice a nice wide view, so you can see that as well. The software is going to be very important, so I use an OBS software, which is a free software available online, which is where I sync all the cameras together. So I basically make a list and put 1, 2, 3, 4, include the cameras in there with the feeds via USB, which then allows me to do things like this, where I can switch between cameras and show you different things. So that's a quick look at action cameras. I will link you to another video I've made as part of this series, and I'll be sure to check me out on that, which will actually give you more information about using action cameras as live streaming cameras, the pros, the cons, why I use it, why I wouldn't use it. I'll see you on the next video right here, or probably here, isn't it, somewhere. There you go. So that's been 3 videos I've recorded. That's 18 minutes. I've recorded that in OBS, and you'll see if you followed so far, it will show up on my screen here as a video file ready to be used. So there is that file, and let me put a title on there. So the title was multiple action cameras. Let me go rename. Okay, multiple action cameras for easy YouTube videos. So that is a file video that I just created. I showed you it live and how it works. Hi OG Alsh, how's it going? You okay? Thanks for joining. I'm basically showing a few examples of how I record videos, but I think we're getting there. So within like 20 minutes I've basically recorded 3 separate videos which I'll use on my channel in the future. What camera are you using, OG? I can't remember seeing comments from you before. I think I saw something where a few people had questions. So if you have any problems with your cameras, using them, let me know in the comments and I'll be able to help you, because I'm here live anyway, so I might be able to explain stuff. So that was the second video where I explained multiple action cameras for easy YouTube videos. So I'll make another video now and that video is going to be answering your questions about action cameras as webcams. So basically this session might be like an hour, 30 minutes, an hour, but those individual parts, because I recorded them separately, I'll be able to make them separate so people that are looking for just that section can jump into it. 4000D, do you use it already as a webcam, or have you tried using it as a webcam? Because I've kind of, the main thing we're doing at the moment is using like cameras as webcams, and you can see now like I'm using a bit of software here which lets me switch between them, so I'm showing that. But yeah, have you got any challenges, any questions about your camera? Let me know if I can help you with that, because as I'm here I might be able to sort out and help you. Let me go to a nice screen there. Let's check that out. So I'm making the next video in the series shortly, and 4000D gets some good reviews. That's like the new range where they had the 2000D and the 4000D. Yeah, drop your question in chat and I'll come to it straight away, because I know there's been a few comments where I've tried to answer on the comment section. Yeah, go on, drop your question. I'll have a look at it for you. Okay, so comment section. So I'll make the next video in a second, which I'm preparing for now. So the next video is going to be me looking at the common questions that people had on my action camera video. Okay, let me just bring that list up and I'll keep an eye out for your question as well, OG. Let's check. Okay, okay, so I'm going to look at this screen next. So if I get you up on that screen, and I'll go through, the video is going to be called answering your questions, I think. Answering your questions about action cameras as webcams. Just check. Okay, so this will be the next video. So if I go to widescreen and get ready for this. So I'm going to record a live video to show you how I use the action cameras in my workflow. And hello and welcome to this video. I'm going to answer your questions that you've had on my videos about action cameras and live streaming. So I'm going to take you straight over to my screen where I've got a number of questions people have asked, and I'm going to give you a bit of information on those and answer those. So this one was the streaming question, using your action camera as a webcam. So let's have a look at these. There's quite a few here, but I've picked out a few that are purposely going to give value to people questioning them. So right now we are live streaming this at the same time as me making this video. I will upload these as separate videos so you can see them individually. So how about hooking those cameras up via the mini HDMI port, which is a very good question, because right now this camera is on a HDMI port versus this camera which is on USB and this camera which is on USB. So you can see that there you've got a few different options to basically use your cameras in different ways. But if you're using action cameras, that will work out for you. So if I go back to the question, I was saying the older cameras I had didn't have HDMI ports. So in that example, it's things like the Goodman's action camera that I had, which did not have it. So, okay, and A77 had a HDMI out. So the newer cameras I've got do have HDMI outs, and I've got a question here from OG as well, so I'll come to you in a second about your EOS utility tool. Let me just get through this one here. So I got a question, 3 of these cheaper action cameras with HDMI captures. Yes, so I just finished making those videos I explained, and I said something along the lines of, depending on the model of the camera you've got, it will have an HDMI cable. You can use it as a HDMI camera, which will get more quality like this, or quality like that camera up there. But if you don't have a HDMI, you're going to be expecting more quality like this. So that was one of the questions on the live streaming option. Okay, which software are you using, OG? Is it open broadcast software? Okay, so that worked out for Shafa. Oh, let me bring it back to the screen so you can see it. So he saw that video and found it helpful. Shafa, I'm glad that worked out for you. You're the best. Thank you. So thank you, needed to find out what. Okay, yes, thank you very much. So I think the main things I want to do here is the challenges that people have had and see if I can help you. Okay, so your boy Sup Dave. Did I say that right? Your boy Sup Super Dave, your boy Super Dave. Both my cams have a yellow triangle with explanation points saying connecting doesn't ever connect. Okay, so have you removed the memory cards, which is the first point of call? Maybe Windows 10 settings somewhere. I will look into it a bit later on. That was like a month ago he asked that. So how did it work? I asked a few days ago. So he returned the cameras because the cameras he had did not support it. Every software you use, 4000D. Okay, we'll have a look at that. 4000D does have video. Which software did you download from the EOS website, OG? Thank you so much. Okay, glad that helped you. This was informative. Okay, so I tried this with my Apex cam, but there wasn't a webcam mode. I also tried removing the SD card with N card and everything. There are a few things to test, so I made a separate video explaining the facts, the frequently asked questions, because there's a number of things that you can check. So the reason things like the cameras and not working as webcams, it will be a few things. The cable you got, you need to check that cable and see if that works for you. Do you get any type of screen at all? Is it just black? You should get a screen like, can I show you the screen? Let me see. I could probably show you the screen, I think. EOS utility should get a screen like this. EOS utility webcam screen. Images. Like this. You should get OG. Okay, that. Hopefully it loads. Yes. Okay, are you getting this screen, OG? Okay, if there's no option for EOS utility, then you haven't installed the EOS utility software correctly, I think. Because you should get a drop down that says EOS webcam utility beta if the software installed in your computer. And then when you select it, this screen should come up that I'm showing you right now. If that screen shows, that means the software installed properly. Then if it doesn't show a feed, that means it's a camera or the cable issue. So I reckon you need to check the EOS utility tool if it installed correctly. So go to your programs, add remove programs. Let's see a look. Add room. Let me see if it shows in the add remove. Is it Windows? Hopefully it's not Mac, because I'm not familiar with Mac. Let me see if it shows up on the. Okay, yeah. Okay. I can see the live view though. Live view in the camera or on the computer? Just confirm, is it a Windows computer? So if you can see my screen now, you'll see here, go to your apps and features in Windows. Have you got this EOS webcam utility beta? If you have that, the program installed correctly. Okay, so that was the EOS tool, Windows 10. Okay, yeah, so you should be working. So when you go to Windows, go to your start bar, and in your start bar, type add, and you'll come up the first one. There's add or remove programs. Check if what I just showed you shows on your computer. If it does, that means your software installed correctly, because then that's step one of the journey. And when you say the live view shows, do you mean the live view shows on the back of the camera or the live view on the computer? Because that, it can show live view on your camera, but you want it on your computer, don't you? That's going to be why the lead. And is it definitely plugged in via mini USB? In the PC EOS utility in there, I can see the live view. So you're in OBS. In OBS, did you add a scene and put in EOS utility? Because if you added it as EOS utility, then you see it in screen. Your next step is, I think you said, my question is not an option in the software. But if it's not an option, how are you seeing it? You said you can see a live view, but where is the option for live view? Okay, and this, okay. Many cam software using 4K action cameras. Okay, but you said you can see the EOS utility in the live view, but then you don't have an option. But how are you seeing it if you don't have the option for it? Where can you see the live view? That might be a better question. So when you see the live view, explain that bit. Where are you seeing it? Are you seeing it on your OBS screen? Well, let me see if I can show you this. If you're watching there, so are you seeing it in that OBS screen there? Inside that OBS screen? Because that's the only place you'll see the live view. Okay, 1 minute. So you're saying EOS utility remote. You're not saying webcam utility. You do know there's 2 different types of software, yeah? Are you using the right one? Because you may have downloaded the other one. You may have downloaded the old utility tool, which will always work because that was the first version. That looks like, let me show you. Okay, let me show you that. Okay, so that other one that you're talking about is this one. Okay, so if you see my screen there, that is a Canon utility EOS tool. That was the old version. So the old version will always show you only the live view, and then you can take pictures and it's tethered shooting. But what you want is, if that's open, on the bottom of your windows, you know where you have all the system tray, like the speaker and stuff, click on there, and if it says little camera picture, right click on it and do exit and make sure that tool's closed down. When that's closed down, then if you have the second webcam utilities installed, then you'll see that feed. Because if you have both running, you won't view it, so you have to close the first one down. I think I linked that in like one of the videos about commonly asked questions, so check that out and that should help you. But that was a look at is one of the questions about sorting out that. So hopefully let me know if that works for you. We'll come back to it if it doesn't. But what I'll do is I'll make the next video in this series, which is basically answering your questions about action cameras as webcams. And let me know if you have any questions, drop them in chat and I'll be able to help you, because now I'm here. It's a live session. That's okay. You know what it is? If you downloaded the other one, it's good. Let me show you why. Keep both, but just don't run both at the same time. Let me show you why, because I made a video about, let me get back to this screen. Okay, I made a video why I don't use the capture card, HDMI capture card, and I'll put that in the thingy, you'll see what I mean. Oh. If I go videos. Yeah, so you can go to the software, make sure they look very similar. They're both called EOS utility tool. One of them just says EOS utility webcam tool. They just added webcam in there. So I do why I don't use, it doesn't show up, does it? Don't, will that show up? Okay. Yeah, but on my channel there's basically a video why I don't use a HDMI capture card, because I found the old EOS tool and I use it that way. Yes, so go on their website. If you go to my video, there's a link at the bottom of the video. It basically takes you to the American website. You select T6 or whatever, and then get the driver's version, Windows, and then it'll be the EOS webcam utility tool. Just look for webcam in there. If it's got it, download it, install it. It won't actually be a program. It'll just be like a driver. So nothing, you won't see like a big screen saying Canon or anything. It'll just install it, which means in OBS you'll then have the option for that drop down of a webcam utility tool. Okay, let's have a look at those. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. So 4000D doesn't have a clean HDMI, and also some of the cameras that do have HDMI, it's like if your camera has autofocus, I don't think the 4000D has autofocus in video mode. So if you're sitting down like this, you'll have to like set it up and reset it up, otherwise you won't see the video. It'll be like blurry, so you have to focus it and move away and come back, so it's like a bit of a nightmare. I'm sure here one of these videos I've got it. Let's see if I can post a link in the chat. Channel videos. That channel video search never works when you're looking for something. If I go there, okay, let me see if I can show you that. probably webcam. No, it's Canon EOS, I think. Canon. Okay, it looks like it's tips for not working. Make it a webcam Canon. Okay, in that there's a link to their site. But I made an updated version of that, so might show you an updated one. Okay. Why is this order in? Okay, wicked. Hopefully that works for you. I'm sure it will. I'm just getting the link now to see if I can give you the link in the description. Canon webcam. Get shareable link. Okay, it should let me post that. I think in the description of that video there'll be a link to the Canon website. So click on that, go to their website, get the driver, install it. If I'm still here, let me know if it works, because I'm probably going to be here for like 20 more minutes or something. I'm just doing a couple of comments. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay, so that was part of that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that looks like a good session there. We're basically answering questions as they come in, and then we'll see if those work for you. So the next one we had here was the action camera comments. Let's see. Yes. Okay, so that should be good now. Let's just make sure we're good over here. And make sure to like the video, and if you have any problems, drop them in the comments and I'll pick them up from the comments. So again, we are using action cameras to live stream right now. So exactly what you're seeing now is actually action cameras being used as webcams. So I'll put this as part of the video so you can check these up again, and these will give you an idea of what can be done with action cameras. So I'll link it to another playlist as part of this series. This is a quick session just to show you what this looks like. Hopefully you find it useful, and I'll see you on the next session coming very